So my dears, today we are here at the Sevan Startup Summit in Armenia near Lake Sevan. It's a 7-day startup event, and today I met Dr. Jain, the incredible doctor, Jain, and I'm very impressed and happy for this meeting. I'm very connected to where he is coming from, and it was incredible happiness for me to meet you, Jimmy. Thank you so much for agreeing for this.
Armen Jain, first of all, namaste.
Namaste.
Jai Shri Ram, Ram Ram.
Jai Shri
That is
Ram.
the way we generally greet each other, in India. Most of us, people who follow Sanatan Dharma. Not sure how many of the audience is aware, but the meaning of namaste is, there are two words in Sanskrit, they're coming together. Namaha plus aste, which means I, which is Namaha, bow down to the divinity in you. Because one of the key things about Sanatan Dharma is we believe God resides in each one of us.
The Atman, Brahman.
Yes, absolutely. So there is an Atma, Paramatma, or Atma is there, and I bow down. You are equally divine as I am divine, and so is everybody else. And I see God in you, that's why I bow down to you.
And I bow down to you.
Thank you. That is how, now that is what is Namaste is, right? And I'm so glad. I was very positively surprised when you walked. I mean, when I saw you wearing this, all these malas, and I could see that's a Sphatic mala, there are different malas for different purposes. First I thought, oh, he's just one of those people who's just trying to show off, right? But when you walked up to me, when you shared your name, and when you shared that you follow Sanatan Dharma, I'm so glad. I'm very happy to meet you.
My respects, and I bow down to you, to the source where you are coming from, and to the love that we have shared so far, and we are continuing to do.
Thank you.
I'm blessed to be here.
You know, I believe that each one of us, I mean, there are no accidents. And when I say I believe, I come from the belief system I come from. This was destined. This meeting was destined. It's not that we accidentally met. No, it was written, right? And I don't know what will come out of this, right? Which means whether you will gain anything, I have no idea. Whether I will gain anything, I have no idea. But we were supposed to meet. We were destined to meet. That's why we met. There are a lot of times, there are a lot of events which happen. At that point of time, we don't understand why they are happening. But as the life progresses, when you look back, you actually thank, oh, I'm so glad that event happened. If that would have not happened, I would have not been in here. So that's what, that's what the Sanatan Dharma also talks about. That fine, relax, do your karmas. Don't look at the results.
From the Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, from the Bhagavad Gita. I mean,
it says you have the right to your action, but not your action's fruit.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what, if I may just say that, karam karo, which means do your karmas.
Yes, which is action.
Which
Many
is
people
action.
misunderstand karma. They think it's this magical thing out there.
No, karma is
it's
your action.
Yeah.
You know, in fact, today morning only, I mean, so I have a habit of, I'm an early riser. Whichever part of the world I may be, I mean, I wake up early. And I have this habit of having a tea or a coffee in the morning. So since I'm here at such a beautiful place, mornings are generally next to the river. I was sipping my tea in the morning, and I was just wondering, I was just reflecting. Look at the waves. You know, they never tire. The sun was up, the sun was actually, the rising.
The gunas are working.
Yes, and sun never bothers to check how was your day, but I will do what I'm supposed to do. Right? The waves are not bothered whether the startup pitch went well or not.
The trees grow.
Yes, the trees grow.
Tireless.
Everything is in perfect equilibrium. But as human beings, do we do what we are supposed to do? And again, that is karma theory. Do your karmas.
We usually, as human beings, we worry. We feel that if we don't push hard, the world is gonna collapse.
Absolutely. Think of it like this. Let us say I've come all the way from India in Armenia. I had to change 2 flights. I went to Dubai, from Dubai to Yerevan. I don't know who the pilot is, who is flying that plane, but I have full faith and trust that I will reach my destination. I find a lot of people do not put that faith and trust in God. Because to me, He is my captain of life. If I can put my faith and trust on an unknown person, right, who's flying that plane for bring me from India to Yerevan, can I not put the faith and trust in God, in the God's will?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's how I look at.
If you allow me to share from my belief system also.
Yes, please. I mean, I'm really intrigued. What triggered you to follow Sanatan Dharma?
Let me share the thing that was on my mind, and then
Sure.
I go to that. So I believe life is eternal and infinite. And I believe we are consciousness, we are pure consciousness. And we are navigating this life, and we can also call it lila. We are creating, navigating, surfing
Yes,
it.
yes.
And every moment we are investing. We are investing our consciousness into the moment, into creation. With our investments, we either go to more sattvic places, as in create more divine and pure realities, or we go lower to other places. Now, this moment we are spending together, and I can bet on it. Both of us are quite smart individuals. I'm sure every second is invested into the benefit of both of us and the universe, to
Absolutely.
your earlier point.
Absolutely. I concur that. And I think what we don't understand, in my point of view, again, when you look at, because if you look at Sanatan Dharma, it doesn't talk about you follow my belief system or why you are not following my belief system.
Exactly.
There's a Sanskrit shloka which says Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. It means the entire universe is my family. Right? We can all coexist. That's the core of Sanatan Dharma. Right?
I had in my mind to maybe get to this point towards the end of the conversation, but we are building it faster. I'm happy.
Yeah, actually it is. And another beautiful thing about coexistence. You do what you're supposed to do, I will do what I'm supposed to do, right? I mean, that's where we beautifully can coexist.
Absolutely.
As
artists.
And when you talk about consciousness, in fact, what is consciousness? If you pick up any scriptures, any religion, any scriptures, they will talk about, as you said, life is eternal. I am here today. Maybe in my previous life, I was somewhere else. For all you know, this is my 7th time in Armenia. I may have some past life connection here which I don't know. Maybe. Right? So every time we build a karma or we build a connection, there's a karmic connection coming into place. And as we live our life, all we have to just focus on what you can't change anybody else. Focus on who you are, become better. That's the way, I mean, that's my point of view of how you live life.
Love that.
Yeah. I can't tell you do this and you do that. You have your own consciousness, you have your own wisdom, what you should do, what you should not. But that should not change the way I look at life. That should not change the way I have been living life.
Unless we are spending time together and co-creating together and learning from each other, in which case we are happy to.
Absolutely. Co-creation will also happen when our belief system match. Think of it like this. When we met just now, a couple of hours ago at the judging session,
yes,
I did not know you, did not know me. But the moment we found that we have a common belief system, and suddenly there was a connect.
Absolutely.
While all of us are energy, all of us are connected. But the moment you find that common belief system, the speed of the connect accelerates. And then you say, oh, he is one amongst us. Right?
Happy to be.
Yeah.
How I got into and connected to Sanatan Dharma, two ways. One, it was 13 years ago. I was a student at the University of Pennsylvania in the US. Now I grew up in Armenia, and then I was taking part in international Olympiads in mathematics and physics and informatics. And I had some results, and that allowed me to get into University of Pennsylvania with scholarship. My family didn't pay for it. Now, in the beginning, I was very excited, overexcited. Now, after some time, I understood that it's not really my place, as in I was not clicking with the energy field around there. But it was a very amazing learning school for me, as like a hard place to be and learn from, as in like a boot camp kind of a place. Now, in my sophomore year, something painful happened. I lost my dad.
Oh,
Well,
I'm so sorry.
now, actually, I've reconnected with him in the past 3, 4, 5 years. I haven't been closer to him ever before than now. We are more close and connected now than ever before.
I can understand, yeah.
And that's another story. But I was going through depression in the US.
Okay.
And I said, look, I'm not gonna give myself to the system and say treat me with drugs. I was a bit overconfident in my intellectual abilities. I said, I'm gonna have to figure out myself. I want to study this biological system, my body. Back then, I wasn't so spiritual. I said, I want to study this and figure it out.
Okay.
Now, I thought it's gonna take a few months. It took a few years, but I figured out like the neurotransmitters, the hormones, how those systems work. But it plateaued. I figured out the system, but it wasn't enough to bring me happiness and joy and bring me out. So I said, okay, I did the physical part, so now let me go to the psychology.
Lovely.
And then that also plateaued. And then I read a book, a small book, which is called The Four Agreements, which is actually a Native American Indian from Mexico tradition.
Okay.
Very similar in nature to Sanatana Dharma, actually, but different words they use. That took me spirituality, and then I wasn't through the depression fully yet. One day I was walking barefoot on campus. I was not happy with like the way people are living in these materialistic ways. I was more connected to like the birds and the trees I was walking. And this woman walked up to me and she gave me the Bhagavad Gita.
Wow.
Yeah. And I read a little bit. I understood there is something very deep in it. Now, it was a version that I did not complete because I had some issues with it. It was the Bhagavad Gita as it is, the ISKCON version. Then I said, but I'm understanding this is deep. I want to find the source.
The deeper meaning, yeah.
Yeah. So I went and I found some translations that are without commentaries.
Right.
And I put like 6, 7 translations together, trying to like compare, using like a Sanskrit English dictionary also.
Right.
Trying to figure out the real meaning. It blew my mind. I'm like, whoa, this is amazing.
You know, the another interesting thing about what you just mentioned was about you did not connect with some part of the text there, which was mentioned in that Bhagavad Gita. And in Sanatana Dharma, we are okay about it.
Uh-huh.
So that's the
I didn't connect with the commentary.
correct. Yeah, the commentary.
Yeah.
The commentary
Yeah.
is done by somebody,
Somebody.
right?
Yeah.
Who a vast majority of people
Yeah.
follow, worship,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
If I go by the the Bhagavad Gita of ISKCON version,
Yeah.
the Prabhupada,
Yes,
people
yes.
follow him. People
Yeah.
treat him as God.
Yeah.
Now, that's another beauty about Sanatana Dharma.
It's
If there
okay
is-
with it, right?
If there is
Yeah.
any disconnect or you
Yeah.
don't disagree with
Yeah,
something, it's fine.
Yes. Yes.
So there's a term called tark vitark. Okay, we debate. We don't argue. We debate. Debate to learn.
Yes. Yes.
You present your version. I'll present my version, and let's see what emerges out of it.
What each of us can take.
So it's like
from
churning.
it. Yeah.
You know, there's a beautiful story in Mahapuranas. It's about.
I have some ghee with me. I made myself. If you allow, I'll give you some.
Sure, I have
Yeah.
also something for you.
When you said churn,
Yeah.
I thought of ghee.
So, is it okay? Thank you. So, as the story goes, a churning, which is called Samudra Manthan. Samudra is sea, Manthan is churning, right? So, when the sea churning happened, two things essentially came out. One was all the good things, and another thing was the poison, wish. Yeah, that is called. Now, Shiva, actually, and that's the reason why he's called Nilkant. He took all the poison and he ensured
why
that
his neck is blue.
Yeah, that's why his neck is blue. That's why it's called Nilkantha.
Yeah.
Nil means blue, Kant means your throat. Nilkantha, right? Now, life is also like that.
Yeah.
Life is also churning. You know, every day we because at the end of the day we are not living in caves. We have not renounced the worldly things. We still have to live in that world, take care of our families, perform our worldly duties, but still, how do I stay connected to my spirituality? And that's to me is like churning. You know, you churn every day, you bring out something good, you bring out something bad. But the question is, whenever anything bad happens, how do I respond? And that to me, my dear friend, is spirituality. Right? How grounded you are.
Goes karma yoga.
How grounded you are.
Equanimity.
Yes. Because I mean, think of it like this. If there is day, there is night. If there is goodness, there is bad. If there's God, there's Saturn.
Yes, yes.
Right? To me, God has created everything in equilibrium, has given equal opportunity to everybody, to good as well as bad. And at each point of time, they, each one of them prevails over each other. I think the best part as human beings we have is the power to make that choice.
How to respond.
Yes, and let me build on what you just said. Destiny, I spoke of destiny. And, when you look at destiny and choice, we met, it was destiny. But we are sitting here doing a podcast, is a choice.
Both. Why not both?
No, I'll tell you why. Free will. You know, if you see a free will,
Yes.
that's a gift to the human beings. Free will. Destiny will bring us together. It is our free will whether to stay in touch or not.
And what to do with it.
And what to do with it.
Love that.
Right? For example, you requested, can we have a podcast? Say, why not? Right? Had you not asked me for a podcast, would I have not been sitting here. Had I not said yes, we would not been sitting here.
Yes.
So destiny brought us together. We said hello to each other, but it was the free will.
Yes.
And that free will is karma. We keep on accumulating. I don't know whether you are aware of this. I don't know whether you ever come across this or not. But
Let's see.
if you clap your hands during the kirtana, what is kirtan? Kirtan is devotional songs
singing.
about the God.
Yeah.
You sing.
Yeah.
But in kirtana, if you clap, it is said all your bad karmas go away, which has been accumulated by many, many years. Now it's up to us whether to believe in it or not. Right? And if you believe it, good, clap more. If you don't believe it, fine.
So long as you are directing your consciousness
Yes.
towards the Brahman, your karmas are slowly evaporating. So long as you are with love and with the pure Satchitananda with your mind, slowly by slowly.
So you
If clapping helps, you clap.
Two,
If dancing helps, you dance.
very interesting words you mentioned. Brahman and Satchit Anand. So if you look at, and how I look at world, my point of view, because to me, spirituality is very personal. It's how individual connects to the God he or she believes in. Spirituality, according to me, is nothing to do with religion.
Same.
Yeah, spirituality is how you connect with who you believe in. Whether you follow a religion or a B religion does not matter. We all can be religious. Now, Brahman, according to me, is the chairman. If I look at the organizational context, he's the chairman
The universe.
of the universe.
And also the universe itself.
And the universe itself, which is, he is the organization itself. He is the one who makes the decision who will work, who will not work in the company. If universe is sort of a large corporation, in any organization you have a CEO, you have a CXO level people, CFO.
Yeah.
Similarly, now according to me, people can disagree with me, which is perfectly all right. I see different people, different gods, so to say, performing different duties. And that's the reason why, for example, when you have to start anything which is new, the beginnings, we worship Lord Ganesha, right? If let's say on the Shivratri day, we worship Lord Shiva, right? So the occasion, matters. As the occasion matters, the equivalent God is there.
Here is what Westerners don't understand. Now, English is a bit poor in terms of spiritual language. There is the one word God, but there is Deva, and then there is the word for the creator of the universe.
Yes.
So the Westerners think that Hinduism is a multitheism.
You could say that we have too many gods.
Yeah, but from the Hindu point of view, it's devas.
Yes,
it's
devas.
Not, it's not many creators of the
yes,
universe. It's
Creator
one
is
creator.
one. Correct.
But the world doesn't know.
Lot of people confuse.
Europe doesn't know. The US doesn't know that, and it's a big thing that's creating a lot of this messed up things that are happening in the world.
Absolutely.
Here is what Westerners don't understand. Since God is all powerful and the creator of the universe, he or she has the absolute right to manifest in whatever form, whenever, with whatever color,
Absolutely.
sex, name. It's not different
Absolutely.
creators. It's the same creator using his all-powerful being to manifest in different forms and speak to his children
Absolutely.
in their language. And just people, these intellectual people of more than 95% of, by my estimates, of Europe and the US and the West, they don't comprehend this. They say, your God is this, my God is that. Let's kill each other for that.
Absolutely.
What is this nonsense?
And maybe, with due regards to all the belief system which people follow, and that's what I said some time ago in Sanatan Dharma, we believe in coexistence. You follow, you believe in whomsoever you want to believe in. We will follow who we believe in and who we want to follow.
And all paths take to the same.
Eventually, which people don't understand. I must tell you, when we were growing up, and if I talk about especially of India, every child is taught, if let's say there's a temple or there's a mosque or there's a church, you must bow down. Because eventually God is one. You can't say, oh, you don't bow to this place and don't bow to that place. Right? But yes, I think it requires more individual like you. I would say from the Western world, who can actually understand Sanatan Dharma and take it back. Because whatever you believe in, ultimately the path is the same.
The path is the same, yeah.
Right now,
the destination is the same.
You see, a lot of people think it is divergence. Right now, you may feel it is divergence, but eventually they're going to converge.
Yes. Yeah.
Because Brahma, Par Brahma, is one.
Let me share from a pain point of Armenians.
Sure.
So for many generations, for hundreds of years, we have been in war with Turkey, and currently Turkey is Muslim.
Yeah.
And because of that, there is a lot of anti-Muslim mindset and emotions in Armenia, and that is also something relatable to India in a way, because there is the India-Pakistan conflict also, and I heard many like Hindu friends of mine in India say, "Oh, those like freaking Muslims and stuff," and I'm like, "Hey." And but there is, I can understand it, because some Adharma people are messing up the structures so that there is these feelings. But what did I do? Like, I wasn't aware about Islam yet, and since we were in war with Turkey, and it's a huge country, and we are small, and they were beating us, I'm like, hey, let me read the Quran to figure out where they are coming from and what they are drinking in a way. I had months of resistance to doing that. Consciously, I knew it's fine, it's okay, but subconsciously, there was this unconscious conditioning from childhood that it's sin, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Eventually, I overcame it. I started reading it, and it was not at all what I was expecting it to be. Let me share. You tell me if you knew this. This is mind blowing for me. How most of the Western world doesn't know about this. Now, the voice of God in Quran says, "Hey, I am the God of Moses. I'm the God of Jesus. I'm the God of Abraham." And now, through Archangel Gabriel, I'm giving another message to Muhammad. Officially, he's saying I'm the same God as from the God of the Old Testament and the God of Jesus, right? And then many people think that Allah is a name, as in Ganesh, for example. But it's the word in Arabic language for God. So in English it's God, in Russian it's Bog, in Armenian it's Astvat, and in Arabic it's Allah. And then
so it's like different names, but the creator is one.
But not even a name.
Yeah.
As in, like, God is not a name, right? It's a word.
So that's what
It's a
human
word.
beings do. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we associate? We have to have a name. For example, I have a name, you have a name, right? And I think somewhere, without getting into too much of detailing about it, but somewhere I think it was the vested interest of few people that they created rift between different belief systems for their personal gains, which eventually over a period of time have taken this form.
Yes. And the fact that for 1500 years, the Christians and the Muslims didn't figure out that in truth their belief systems don't contradict each other deeply. The fact that they didn't figure out and they are thinking that they are believing in absolutely different directions, it's just ridiculous.
No, but somewhere I believe some people also know. It's not that people don't know, but
Few people know this.
few people know this, but the large number of people just are blind followers to whatever
Yeah.
the belief system they follow.
Yes.
Right? So that way, yeah, that happens.
Which
But
is made not by God, but
by people. Yes, precisely.
Yeah.
So if you come back to what we were discussing, so I think what my way of looking at my belief system is that it's a way to live life. It's not just following one particular God. It's the way to live life. Think of whatever the way you live your day. In the night when you go to sleep, are you able to sleep well? Are you able to have some satisfaction? Right? If the answer is yes, you have lived your day. Right? And I fully subscribe to karma theory, which says that just do what you're supposed to do, right? And results will eventually follow. So there's one rule I follow for myself, which is if you're sincere in whatever you're doing, sooner or later you will get the results.
I want to say, look at the glow and the aura on his face. I mean, do you meditate? Do you?
Absolutely, yeah.
Sure,
Many
stop
hours a day.
meditation.
Yeah. I went through a few vipassanas. So 5 actually. 10-day vipassana
Where all?
silent.
Where all did you go for your
So in Armenia, a couple.
Oh.
In Bali, yeah. And in India, I didn't go to Vipassana because, it's Buddhist. And while I'm in India, I can go into the Sanatana Dharma things. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Hanji, yes.
And the second source, how I eventually ended up in India, is the autobiography of a yogi.
Yes. Most of them. I have seen this. Most of the Westerners read autobiography yogi and then they follow Sanatana Dharma.
Yeah. And I fell in love with his guru.
Yeah.
And I
Larry
consider
Mahashaya.
him... Huh?
Larry Mahashaya.
Lairi Mahashaya and also Yukteswar, Sri
yeah.
Yukteswar and Lairi Mahashaya. So the first thing I did when I arrived in India, I arrived in Delhi, I took the first train to Varanasi and I was walking to my hotel and then it was night, this motorcycle stopped and I'm like, hey, we talked about the autobiography of yogi in Lairi Mahashaya and I'm like, I know his house is here and he said, that's the door.
Wow.
It blew my
See?
mind. Yeah.
So universe conspires you to achieve and reach where you want to reach.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yeah. So a couple of questions I had for you. We addressed it a little bit also, but now if we let go of all the religious terminology, Dr. Jain, what is this universe that we are living? What is the nature of it?
It's a dream. We feel, we touch, we feel. You are different, I am different, but we are all connected. We may have different skin color, we may have different gender, but to me, universe is one large consciousness. Okay, we are merely experiencing things here, and eventually we will all go back to where we came from.
Love that. I'm totally with you. Now, who are you in this universe?
I wish I could answer it. Because this question has baffled for many centuries to most of the people. If you have to ask me who I am, I will not be able to answer it, but I think what I can answer is why I do what I do. And maybe somewhere that who I am comes in.
Comes together. And perhaps what is your mission?
So that's a better question, according to me.
Because I was more looking into like what are you as in like consciousness, but we addressed that already.
Yeah, so who I am.
So what is your mission?
So to make your mission successful. My dream is to make your dream come true.
My dream.
Yes. Or
Alright.
anybody who I meet.
Okay.
Which means I feel.
Can I visit you when I'm in India?
Of course, most welcome. I feel if you are gifted, yes, you should celebrate, you should feel gifted, but when you have a gift, you have a responsibility to share it. I feel God has given me a gift to inspire others, to help others, to share my knowledge. Whatever knowledge I have or I acquire, I love to share. Through that sharing, if it's going to impact somebody around me, if I can bring a 0.1% change for better in your life, I think my life is becoming better. Yeah, so that's something which I believe in. I mean, what goes around comes around. Again, the karma theory, you know.
That brings me here. So I am working with the Armenian youth, trying to do something in education, but not through traditional forms of education, but kind of like breaking through the traditional systems and figuring out how can we build real world skills, knowledge, creatorship. I also understand that you are also an investor and entrepreneur, right?
That's right.
What would you recommend to my students who are, let's say, 13 to 18-year-olds, let's say not interested in certificates or diplomas, but interested in achieving creatorship, power, intellect, and be able to do things in the world?
I'm sorry. There are two things in life which you cannot bifurcate. At the end of the day, you have to feed yourself. Right? At the end of the day, you have to do your karma. Which means you cannot renounce the world, go to jungles and do your tapasya, do your sadhana there and achieve nirvana. That's one way. But what I would recommend is let these people be skilled enough so that they can feed themselves. They become independent. Now, depending on the geography we are in, depending on the economic conditions of the country we may be in, the skills will vary. But there is one thing which is common across, is how artificial intelligence is impacting everything. So if these children between 13 to 18 years can learn those kind of skills, which can help them to take care of themselves, as in feed themselves, so that they are independent, it should be the first thing. Second, along with that, there should be an effort, maybe by you or by like-minded people like you, to ignite that spark in them, in the quest of who they are. There's a beautiful book called I Am That. It's a beautiful conversation because, this question, if I go back, please allow me.
Absolutely.
If there's an instance in Ramayana, then when Lord Ram was 14-15 years, he was having a conversation with his guru, who I am. And every day there used to be
Vasishta.
Vasishta, absolutely, with Rishi Vasishta. And Rishi Vasishta gave him a beautiful explanation that there is a reason for each and everything happening here, right? And for example, think of it
beautifully described in Yoga Vasishta also.
Oh, you have read Yoga Vasishta? So that is the book I'm talking about. So the entire conversation is captured in Yoga Vasishta.
Yes.
Right? I'll take one more minute here. In psychology, there is a concept called confirmation bias, right? Wherein we all have beliefs. We always look at evidence which confirms those beliefs, right? And then we say, oh, I already knew it. How we grow in life, and this is what you can think about the youngsters also. They may have conditioned beliefs which are given by their families, their society. But that's one way of looking at it. There's another side of the coin also. The belief which is in direct contra to their belief. Right? So if you look at the story of Ramayana, Kaikeyi, the wife of Dasharatha, right, had asked for two boons. That let Rama be sent to exile and let my son Bharata becomes the king. Now, think of this. What was the objective of Rama's taking birth? I mean, Ram is Lord. I mean, Vishnu's avatar.
Yes.
He took birth so that he can kill Ravana.
Okay.
Now, imagine if he had become the king. the journey would have been very different.
There's all these king duties and
Yes.
stuff, and he doesn't go through this wild journey.
Imagine a scenario, I don't know how far this is true, but imagine a scenario wherein Rama himself walked up to Kaikeyi and said, Mother, this is not why I've come to this planet.
That's exactly what he did.
I have
He's Lord.
I have larger role to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So please send me to the jungles.
Yeah, he did
so
that
that I
in our
can
dreams,
accomplish
I
what I've
guess.
come here for.
Yeah.
So which most of the
It's
people
his
don't
Leela.
understand.
They don't. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to look at both the sides. I mean,
Yeah.
think of, don't question why.
Yeah.
Why not? So if you can train these people to be more accepting, whatever belief system they subscribe, it's fine.
Yeah.
But let there be other belief systems they are aware of, which may not subscribe but are aware of.
Dr. Jain, I love what you're saying, and with all due respect, I'm looking for more advanced tips for the Leela, for the kids. Maybe you can think of me
Sure.
as answer for me, huh? And as in how to achieve really high states in this Leela. Let's say we have that we have the certain equanimity and certain understanding of the world, but then we are playing Leela, huh? And the question is, how do you make it big in a few years without going through, let's say, traditional university system? Now, some of my students go to the universities in the world. My mentee got into Harvard a few months ago, huh? And some of them have that dream actually. And I'm telling them that it might happen, might not happen, but one way or another, you are interested in making big in the world. Getting into a top school is not your final thing. And again, so far we're talking about the Leela part of it. We're not talking about the spirituality part of it, as in being in happiness seated in your essential self, in your own Atma, which I also teach them that. But since we are at the Startup Summit and you are an investor and entrepreneur, huh? What are, for example, some of your favorite books about entrepreneurship that you could recommend? For example, me. I'm an aspiring entrepreneur and an investor and a producer, and you are my mentor. Allow me be my guru.
see,
what can I do to go higher in terms of the Leela?
I think with the information age today, there are plenty of books if you ask me. There is no one book I can say, okay, fine, this is the what. But what I personally look forward to is reading about the life stories, biographies or autobiographies of successful people.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
So whether you're talking about Steve Jobs or
Yeah.
Elon Musk or Ratan Tata, right? There's another book which I really like, which is called Maverick by Ricardo Samler.
Uh-huh.
It beautifully talks about whatever we are doing, do we own it up?
Uh-huh.
Right? So that's another book which I would like to recommend.
Thank you.
But coming
Much
back to
appreciated.
your question of what can be done with these kids in a shorter time so they can achieve. So the root is the intention. So please understand, education, awareness with discipline can take you to a certain distance. But your intention is the fuel which will take you to a longer distance. So if, in my advice, check the intention, ensure that the intention is such for the children who you are working for or you want to mentor, is that they have the right intention. If the intention is right, marry it with discipline, education and awareness and application, you will realize they will hit home.
Yeah. Is it whether they have it or they don't, or they can build it? This
Intention can be built in.
They can build it, right?
Intention can be built in with awareness.
Uh-huh.
And awareness, I'm not talking about spiritual awareness here. Awareness about maybe, you asked me what is your goal in life. I can guarantee you, walk into the summit right now, meet 20 people, ask the same question, 19 of them would not be able to answer it. Right? Because we don't spend enough time thinking about it. Life is happening to us. We are not making a choice in life. Let me share a very simple example here. Did we choose our parents? No. Did we choose the region, the community, the country we are born in? No, no. Will we choose the time of our death? Unless otherwise we do suicide, but I'm sure nobody will do it.
Or else Mahasamadhi.
Yeah, Mahasamadhi. Yeah, that's my choice, right? Which means this world is full of choicelessness. But within this world of choicelessness,
There's
you and I
also
have
the
a
freedom.
choice.
Yeah.
The freedom of our actions.
Yes.
That is what I call the free will.
Yeah.
That is what I call as karma. That action. So you can build intention in people. The moment they are aware that what they want to achieve in life, whether they want to get in Harvard, whether they want to get create a unicorn. I mean, the moment that intention comes in, that becomes the fuel for them to wake up every morning and get up what you're doing. There's a saying in the jungles of Africa. In the jungles of Africa, every morning a lion wakes up and it says to itself, today I must run faster than the fastest of the gazelles, otherwise I will starve. In the same jungle, a gazelle also wakes up and it says to itself, today I must run faster than the fastest of the lions, otherwise I will die.
The beauty of Leela.
It doesn't matter whether you are a lion or a gazelle, you better be up when you are running. You better be running when you are up. And that fuel is the intention which you can create, that light of awareness. That's my submission to you.
Here is also what I'm teaching them as foundations. You give me a little feedback. To ask and answer powerful questions. To be able to understand the question as it is, not as by their biases, but as it is. And be able to answer it as in essence.
Interestingly, the entire learning happens through questions. Try this out sometime. You ask a question to yourself and don't look for an answer. Observe the question. As you observe the question, you will realize after some time, another question will pop up which will erase the need of the previous question. Which means curiosity.
The need of the question or the need of the answer?
The need of the answer, because the question has changed. The question has changed.
Climbing this.
Since the question has changed, that answer is irrelevant.
And if that could be the most essential answer, that the answer to the previous question is now irrelevant.
Yes. Because you have
comes with awareness.
Yes. Since you are moving up, right? Most of us are in a hurry, especially in current generation.
I was observing during the pitches today. So many of the founders had nice ideas, but then the investor asks a question and they answer a completely different question. They hurry to jump and say something, you know?
Which also says that one, of course, is listening part. Two is, are they connected? What they're doing, is it something which they love doing, or just doing it just because they want to make a quick buck? If you are in that transaction of making a quick buck, people will ask you something, you'll not be able to answer it. But if you live your dream, whatever question, I see a lot of them reading through the, pitches. Why? What is the need? It's your idea, it's your baby. You have toiled hard.
I agree with you.
What is the need for you to read? It should come from your heart.
Yeah, because the listener, when you read, the listener is not going to connect.
Yes.
He's not going to connect.
So I think, thank you so very much.
Thank you so much.
I think we can go on and on, but we will have to.
Definitely.
Thank you so very much for giving this opportunity.
Yeah.
And I wish you all the well. I wish you all the success in the world.
My pleasure, my love. One tiny last question.
Sure.
Which fields do you like to invest in?
There is no any specific field, but yes, something which helps people become more aware and become better human beings. I would certainly
love that. That reminds me of the beautiful colors I was seeing in India. I was walking around and seeing there is also so much difficulty in poverty, right? After all, India is feeding 1.5 billion of the souls in the world, and is doing that better than anyone if you compare the scale. But there is so much love on the streets. When you see the colors on the buses, the paintings on the buildings, it's a paradise.
It is.
Thank you for being from that place. Thank you for coming.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, God, for bringing us together, and it was an absolute pleasure and love to be here together.
Thank you. Namaste.
Yeah.
Thank you.